All right, I'm the flat rate master, and well, today we're talking about shops looking for technicians and what they do wrong in their advertisements and how it can help you. All right, what prompted this was a local shop, not local to here, but local to Atlanta, put an ad out on Facebook looking for a technician. They did some stuff right, they did some stuff wrong. What caught my eye is a guy I know actually made a comment and never got answered. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But so what do shops do right and wrong in advertisements? There's always the glowing, busy shop, lots of work, yada, yada, yada. But shops rarely talk about the stuff that people care about. Everybody says in their ad, busy shop. Even though you go by there at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday and you see 4 empty bays and 2 technicians outside smoking cigarettes or whatever, everybody advertises that. That really does not induce anybody to look at you for a job. It just doesn't. Putting out an ad for a car and going, oh, only driven on Sundays and no. It's just, everybody knows it's marketing BS. What you really need to tote is the atmosphere of your shop. The reason we're looking for an employee is not because we can't keep technicians because pay sucks, we ride you like crazy, we yell at you. No, talk about, we have very low turnover. The only reason we're adding a technician is we can't keep up with the amount of business we get. It's called marketing. One of the things that I think shop owners universally are horrible at. They are just horrible at marketing, which is sad because they're business owners. But talk about the reasons why you need a technician. That'll put you obviously in a good light. Now you see how I said that all that stuff was marketing? BS, because it is. You go to any ad, they'll always talk about how busy they are, how modern their equipment is, yada, yada, yada. That ad I was talking about talked about they had a bunch of OEM tools. Well, let's be realistic. They had a Lotus tool. How much you want to bet that's bootleg? I don't know for sure whether or not it is, but the fact that a shop is toting that they have a tool for Lotus, either they work on a lot of Lotus, if you don't want to work on Lotus, red flag. But, so that's something to consider when they talk about the equipment. Is it actually legitimate equipment, or is it an eBay special that's slower than dirt, actually doesn't do what you need it to do because it can't program? Stuff like that. You've got to read between the lines as a technician, and as a shop owner, you got to write an ad that makes technicians go, I need to look into this. Now the shop in question, not going to name names, and there's a chance of me finding it on Facebook again are slim to none, but they toted $1.5 million revenue shop. Okay, for us, this shop, that's chump change. We're well past that already for the year. So, and for a technician, it's meaningless. It means nothing. Oh, they made $1.5 million last year. What does that mean for me as a technician? It means nothing. They could have made, they could make that money based on, outrageous markup on parts that they buy for dirt cheap from, AutoZone, and pay their technicians peanuts. Again, it doesn't mean anything. And I'm picking on that shop because it just caught my attention. It worked in that respect, but in other respects, it was a little cringeworthy. When it comes to pay, top pay is seen as marketing BS. All it is, 90% of the technicians are going to blow past that ad because every ad says that. You want technicians that are realistically going to apply for your job. You need to give what you're going to pay in a range. Based on skill, obviously, low end for an A-Tech, high end for an A-Tech. High end for an A-Tech, for some people, that may not even be get me out of the bed kind of money. So you need to have that in your ad and how you pay. The guy that posted that I noticed, well, I don't know if he still does, but he used to work for a guy I knew that owns a shop over in Atlanta, and that shop pays salary, which I'm pretty sure is not 100% legal in Georgia, but however you make it seem like for the state of Georgia, technicians that provide their own tools in the state of Georgia, if I'm right, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a labor attorney, I don't believe is actually a legal way to pay a technician in Georgia. It either has to be hourly or flat rate. You can't pay salary. You can pay salary for the guys up front. For the guys in the back, it either has to be hourly or flat rate. Georgia does not allow technicians that provide their own tools to be paid salary. A little protection so they don't make you work overtime and not pay you. I digress. Because the thing about pay is, in interviews, I've got into the pay discussion and literally got up and said, "Thank you for your time. You're just not in the ballpark. Have a good day." Because that's the fact of life, is if you're a really good technician, you know what you're worth, and you're not going to settle for, chump change. For the comments about me sweating, yeah, 90 degrees in here. We still don't have air conditioning. Waiting for the electrician to come out and finish wiring. Anyway, it is 90 degrees in here in case you didn't see that. Yeah, so that's why I sweat. It's Georgia. I got off on a tangent. Worked at a shop. I don't know if he still does or not. I haven't talked to the shop owner in several years, but he paid salary. I know he did. We've had that discussion on what he pays his technician. So he's looking for another salaried position, and obviously that shop wasn't paying salary. Obviously from the ad, they were paying flat rate. And if you got past the marketing stuff, you could have figured that out, but it is important to put in your ad how you pay. Whatever your pay system is, it should be noted. Because for a technician like me that will only work flat rate versus a technician that will only work hourly or salary, that's a determining factor of you wasting somebody's time. So you need to specify, is this a flat rate position or is this an hourly position? As a shop owner, you don't want to have to go through the process of interviewing or anything like that when you realize that a technician will not work flat rate. As a hourly or flat rate technician that wants to work hourly or flat rate, you don't want a shop owner wasting your time, because that's what they're doing. They are literally wasting your time. Important to put in things like hours of the shop, what you're expected to do as far as your duties as a technician, the standard boilerplate stuff, have a valid driver's license, no DUIs, stuff like that. You need to have that stuff in your thing just because. But hours of operation. I've worked for many years, Monday through Friday. If I was looking for a job, so let's say you're applying for a job, that looks good, and you apply for it, you get in there, start talking to them, and then realize it's open 6 days a week, and you're back to working Saturdays. Is that something you want to do? So put hours of operation, when your technicians are expected to be there, when they leave, in your ad, because transparency is key. Actual job description. This is something that so many shops miss horribly. We're looking for an A-Tech. What do you consider an A-Tech? What do you consider a B-Tech? You need to have what you specifically expect out of that technician. The B-Tech, is he expected to do advanced diagnostics? CAN diagnostics? Is he expected to do, alignments? What is expected of that position you're hiring for? In that same realm, don't advertise for 3 different positions on one ad. Don't. One, you advertise for 3 positions for a established shop, it's a red flag. If you're hiring a bunch of technicians, everybody knows you've got problems. So 1, don't do 3 ads. Do 1 ad for an A-Tech, 1 ad for a B-Tech, 1 ad for a C-Tech. Get better at your atmosphere in the shop, or fix the problems you have in the shop. Because chances are, if you're hiring 3 technicians, unless it's a brand new shop or something like that, it's a red flag. It's just a red flag for everybody involved. Just don't. This one, I've talked about it in other videos, but a really high hourly flat rate pay scale. That'll scare people off too, because they know it's kind of bull. Yeah, if you're willing to pay that, and Eric, who keeps getting blasted by a certain chain, which he's asked them to stop, has, went back and forth with one guy, and they were actually paying an exorbitant flat rate fee for certain shops. Certain shops. It's a chain, and they're trying to fill positions by, throwing money at it. It's still a red flag. You're willing to pay that much, sign-on bonuses, stuff like that. It's a red flag that there's something wrong. Not always, but everybody's going to throw up a warning flag of, why is there... Just saying. Recently we had not recently, but a while ago, we had a dealership post in one of the groups, and they said, yada, 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 exorbitant sign-on bonus. And, some people came out and said exactly what they were actually doing. Good luck getting the sign-on bonus, and, good luck getting any decent pay. And chances are you're going to be staying around most of the day at a dealer. So it was a lot of bullshit. And it was obvious from the ad that it was kind of sketchy. So, to shop owners, everybody's going to agree through your BS. If you have problems in the shop, fix those before you hire new technicians. I know you're panicking because you're losing money. Fix the problems in your shop before you try to bring somebody else into a broken system, because all you're going to do is be a revolving door. You're going to hire a technician, go through all the fun of hiring him, and then they're going to leave. You're going to hire somebody else, revolve, leave. If you want to fix your problems of personnel, fix what's wrong with your shop. You have issues. Either atmosphere, a lot of it. You have personality problems. Maybe you have an employee that needs to go rather than put somebody next to him and have him quit. Or you have some other issues. You need to figure out what those issues are before you turn that revolving door around. So as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.